Now to the devastating impact of the illegal oil business in Nigeria. Massive pipeline vandalism and oil theft, where thieves cut into pipelines and siphon off oil, which they refine in the bush and sell on the black market. It's contributed to crippling fuel shortages, pollution and death, not to mention the loss to the Nigerian government of billions of much-needed dollars. There have been crackdowns by the police and the army, but somehow the perpetrators always seem to evade prosecution amid allegations that they are sponsored by top shots in Nigeria who reportedly own some illegal refineries. So, as this illegal trade continues to boom, how much of a challenge does it pose to the government of President Tinubu? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the National Coordinator of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria Task Force, Alhaji Musa Saidu, who is in charge of identifying, exposing, apprehending, and handing over perpetrators to security operatives. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you very much.
So dangerous job you've got there.
Yes, dangerous job. And are we starting?
Yeah, we're on air.
Yes, it is a dangerous job, but, as a Nigerian, as a patriotic Nigerian, we have seen it that, and as a members of IPMAN, who are in charge of oil buy and sell and selling, and who are trucks IBUs, to transport the illegal bunkering from the south to the north. It is our job to form this task force, to identify even our own members that are on it and those that are their sponsors and collaborators.
Right.
Thank you very much. There is something that Nigerians ought to know. What is bunkering? There is legal bunkering and illegal bunkering. Though even they say the other one that is legal, government people are pocketing it. That's the way the other one is. So the illegal ones, it won't happen. Oil is theft or oil bunkering will not occur without the connivance of security agencies. It's not possible.
Right. So you believe that the security agencies
I believe
are part of it. Right.
You understand? And there is no report. Listen, no report, no identification of areas where this thing is going on, or those that are involved even in person, that have not been given to government.
Right. So how are they involved?
No, how they are involved is that, when we identify where this thing is going on, let me give you an example. We identify a vessel loading in one of the creeks, rivers. We follow that vessel. Do you know where I stopped it? It was an Egypt. We went there and arrested the vessel. They want to this thing. They were alerted, the GSO at that time. Look, we have arrested a vessel. A superintendent of, a major was assigned to look at the vessel. But later, the vessel was released. And when that vessel was released, I did not stop there. I went to the man and confronted him. You cannot release this vessel. You don't know, we are not paid by anybody. How we mount surveillance on that end and everything to arrest this vessel.
And what did he say to you?
As a soldier now, the way he reacted. We didn't stop there. We wrote even to Chief of Defense Staff that we are not, we cannot waste this time and this effort, took this risk, and this vessel was released. Nothing happened. The report I had at that time from the Defense Minister was that they've exonerated the man. That was done early. When I'm talking, I mention names. I don't talk. So what I'm saying is that NNPC has tried all it can to stop this oil theft.
Yeah.
But the other thing they can do, they don't hold gun. They have arranged meetings between us and the security agencies, to the hierarchy of security agencies. But as soon as we meet with them, and when we meet them, we bring results, those that are involved, not this thing. Even those that used to use gunboat and escort this vessel, we got their names.
You give them evidence.
Everything,
right.
All the names.
And they don't do anything about it.
Yes, they won't do anything. Rather, they won't pick the call again. As soon as they identify that, they won't pick the call again. So what I'm saying is that, the government, to me, is helpless. Because, the president will not go to the to the waterfront or to the sea and fight bunkering. Okay, now let me give you an example. Government contracted Tantita. They have started a good job. Because at that time, we have a suit in Port Harcourt disappear. Those people selling on Agri Road and everywhere, they disappear. But now they have come back. Because they have been frustrated by those that are in business. You understand what I'm saying? Those that are into that business, you not allow this business, to stop. But and the big men, they are in Abuja here. They are not in NDC. Those that you see in Niger Delta, I want you to know that in 1999, when government came in, I was officially appointed as chairman to fight bunkering. In 7 months, me and my team brought it under control without the JTF. Look at it now. Listen to the roll call. JTF here in Agua, 6 Div in Port Harcourt, 103 Battalion at Degema, then Sector 3 in Port Harcourt, Navy Pathfinder at Okemini, Port Harcourt. All these things, all this military or security agencies idea, but bunkering is going on. The next thing you hear from them, they have discovered. What do you discover? Before you construct a mini refinery, illegal refinery, you need a surface tank, underground tank. How will you get there? Under swarm, there must be a badge that passed there. And this is not quite 20 kilometers to the military institution. They did not see it till that thing is constructed. After 2 years, 3 years, so you have discovered. Look what happened at Ndele. What is the name of this place? Iba. That's the name of our local government. Where that something people died. Supposing our advice has been taken, well, those people wouldn't have died. And that place is 10 kilometers or 8 kilometers to the LLA military battalion.
Well, the story you're telling us is quite extraordinary,
yes,
to be honest. But then it's not necessarily new, because I think a lot of people were already aware,
yes,
that there has to be some measure of collusion,
yes,
in order for this thing to continue to thrive.
Yes.
Nevertheless, we are an objective television station.
Yes.
And obviously the people, the security services and so
on.
No,
want them to hear.
They're quite,
yes.
No, what I'm saying is that they're welcome to come and give their side of the story if they dispute the point that you're making. So basically the system is completely corrupt.
No,
that's the bottom line.
Yes.
And if that corruption continues, there is nothing anybody can do to stop it.
But okay, let me say this. Now oil production is going down daily. Not so. That's what they are saying. It's going down daily. Then there's a massive, funding of security agencies. Where this money comes that they are funded, but they cannot perform their duty. Because if they are performing. Let me give you an example. When Admiral Suleiman was appointed as commander task force, I think the oil production was 700,000 or 500 to 700,000 barrels. But because of his effort to combat this thing, the thing went to almost 2 million. Then what happened? We saw a protest in Abuja, the man should be sacked. That's why the man was removed.
Yeah, but to be fair, because our job is to be fair,
yes,
and to actually find the correct way to deal with this.
Yes.
And we do commend your efforts,
yes,
to try to arrest this, because ultimately it will be better for Nigeria,
yes,
because Nigeria will be making more money and so on. But I don't know, is it entirely right to blame the security agencies? Because what is happening is this. From what I read, the NNPC says that, and the NNPC doesn't do it on its own.
Yes.
It goes with security operatives. It says that it talked about thousands of illegal refineries in the Niger Delta, thousands of illegal pipes connected to the main pipelines. And talked about how they have closed down thousands of those. But then as they're closing it down, thousands more are coming up.
No, the issue is that when we are then erected, it doesn't take 1 week to erect a refinery. It takes 6 months or 1 year. And then, what of the military, the security intelligence? And these things are neighbors to the military institutions. that say they are fighting bunkering. That's what I'm telling you. You cannot tell me that person who's at what is the name of this thing? Okay, Mini. Then on the other side, what is the name on the other side? About when that's what you cross the river. Then the commander say he discover a refinery there. That's opposite his place. Then how long it takes to build that refinery? That's the question. You know what they are talking? It's good for them to be talking sense to people. You know Nigerians are not foolish. Are not fool. Let me tell you, NNPC has made all effort to stop bunkering. Melekari has tried to stop bunkering. He has personally, he has invited us, introduced us, you know, he took us to the Minister of Petroleum, Timi Priscilla, who has made his own effort too. Then they took us to the Chief of Defense Staff, who's a rebel, to combat bunkering. That these are people that are helping us to combat this thing. Then what happened? So the issue is that NNPC, if you blame it, they are not soldiers. Their own is only...
Yeah, but they work with the security.
They work.
That's the only way they can stop those things.
No, they can only stop it when the security agencies stop it.
Right.
Because, let me tell you, you know, bunkering, you are seeing, is a business that, you know, just like a soldier that went to a war front, that's how bunkering is. Bunkering is not an easy business. It's a business that when you go, either you come back or you die.
Right. Now, the NNPC, they called on the EFCC to help combat oil theft and pipeline vandalism. Is the EFCC the right agency to deal with that problem?
Thank you very much. You know, you have brought something that even I forgot. The EFCC is the one that now is prosecuting the bunkers. But how can somebody who break a pipe, then a siphon oil and be taken to court, then is fined 50,000? Is that correct?
Yes.
Go to the
district. So basically, they'll just pay the fine and
he will pay the fine and go back.
Yeah.
And then the former chairman, I met him personally. I cautioned him about plea bargain. The vessel that contains a stolen oil, then the owner will come and bargain. You know, this will be released to him. Then he will go back to the business tomorrow. Even the oil is sold, he will go back. Or the person that had the truck, he was convicted, he paid 50,000 as fine.
Yeah, it sounds like a very small thing.
Yes, tomorrow we'll go back to the business.
Yeah.
Or we'll go back to the bag and buy it. So look, something is funny.
Right. But I understand that illegal refining, and I'm trying to sort of look at this from different angles. Illegal refining is a huge employer.
Yes.
So many young graduates turn to it after struggling to find work. I mean, there are also women who cook in the camps in the bush, as well as laborers who unload the illegal oil in the port. So it's a source of income for many.
No, I don't think. You know, the women that are selling it, they are selling it in township like Patakot on the street.
Right.
You know, because they go and buy to come and sell. Are you with me? But those that are doing it, you know, because then they are workers, you know, they have the sponsors because it's capital intensive. So the sponsors will sponsor them to go and cook. And they will be cooking in maybe 6 months, 1 year before security agency will come and dislodge them. Then after 2 months, then come back. That's how they operate. But I don't think it has provided. Look, the victims of this thing are Niger Delta people.
Right.
The women and the children. Look at the ecosystem in Niger Delta.
Yeah.
Look at
the pollution.
The death, everyday destruction. And the people who are making this money are not from Niger Delta. They just come and, you know, and commit these heinous crimes because they're crime to me.
But there are those who say that these oil thieves are kind of like Robin Hood. You know, Robin Hood, the character, the television character, they steal from the oil companies to give to the people. I mean, what's your reaction?
No, let me tell
I'm not
you.
trying to justify it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look at it from different angles.
Yes, no. You know, when I was appointed chairman task force on pipeline, that's 1999. You know, the first thing we discovered that the oil companies, one shell manager, went, you know, this manifold where the pipes connect. Then they will open it for the bunkers. Then they will be filling their barges. From there, you know, convert them to the mother vessel, who's at the mid-sea, then unload.
Right.
You understand? That's from the oil companies. The oil companies too are involved on this thing To the extent that one of our boys breaking head, that's why we are writing a letter to withdraw. You know, the oil companies are involved into this business.
So there are people in the oil companies who are obviously making more money.
More money. They are part of this business.
Assuming what you're saying is correct.
Yes.
Right.
So,
okay. So very quickly, because we're almost out of time.
Yes.
What is the solution?
No, the solution is that, you know, the security agencies should step up their game. You know, they should cooperate with NNPC to find the final solution. Because NNPC and Nigerians are the losers. You understand? Where the security agencies are gaining, they like it or not, they are gaining. And they let them reduce, you know, the number of security agencies in Nigeria that idea. Those that say they are fighting bunkering, but they are fighting. Oil is going down every day. So government has to do something about it. And we are ready in my office to identify, you know, to bring those to book if they are ready to prosecute them. And again, the government should set up a special task force on those stealing oil, not federal courts where 50,000 naira fine is being, you know, yes.
So there needs to be a special penalty and a really hard-hitting penalty to dissuade people from going back into it.
And until now, nobody has been convicted.
Okay.
And no big man has been arrested or convicted for bunkering. Oh, the only one you are seeing are small people who they see on the street, they take them to court, you know, and punish them. That's
okay. Good point.
Thank you.
Alhaji Musa Saidu, thank you very much indeed. And he is the national coordinator of the task force from the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association.
Yes.
Thank you very much.